bring some solutions right now. Our city has probably the largest number of housing companies to provide assistance to people to make some repairs to these project areas that are really, just basically there and to really start living. So at the same time, housing is one issue, but again, it's more program even in our state, and so in our state, we didn't actually have to move
Her biography is missing some info. I have to wear a mask in here, so I'm a little bit more muffled. Sorry about that. What's going to happen is, as they sit people down, every 8 minutes they'll change the tables, as then the people get up and move to a new table, and they each get to meet the candidates. And if you can guess which candidate this is, I'm set up by. I bet you can guess who that is. So we're just a little early on it. They're still putting people in. But it is after 7 o'clock, so it's actually technically started. I don't need to. You'll see. It's going to be good, AK lady. This candidate seems to be missing from their table completely. Yes, here's one of the candidates. He's the blue candidate. That's Mark Rooney. So, Mark Rooney over there in the blue, town manager for West Relief, Rhode Island.
relationship, personal or whatever, with the employees of the city. Very
1
easy,
minute.
very easy for morale to go that way. So how do you
Oh,
see
employee
yourself,
morale
based
skyrocketed.
on what you've done in the past, working with the employees, to be able to keep them
Nope.
functioning
It's hard to keep this still so you guys can read it.
level and respecting who they are?
So, he went to the University of Nebraska. That's his candidate here. Nobody's talking with him currently. Actually, I think Chang's on the other side over there. I believe that's her over there, not this side.
Time.
So people are going to be moving around now. Let's go to the middle section here instead. Let's try this. Isn't that her over on this side, PJ? No, it's purple. Purple. Who's purple? Nobody's purple. That's her on this side, right here? We got two Janes. Great. Oh, come on. Unzoom. There we go. So that's the other Jane right here on this side. That's Jane DeCessi. So this lady here is Jane DeCessi. And let's see if we got enough light here. Yep. Pontiac, Michigan. City manager for Berkeley, Michigan. So that's the other Jane. There's two Janes. Then we have a Kenny Young, which is that guy over here on this table. Kenny Young worked in Loudoun County, Virginia. Population of 413,000. So let's see what his qualifications are. Senior project manager for 3 years, assistant county administrator, acting assistant city manager, and drew 100,000 people. He's a ICMA credentialed manager. Interesting. So that's the man over there. There's only 4 candidates here. Yeah, see if there's... Actually, that man over there is probably more than enough qualified. This guy here. That guy right there. They got rid of him, Dan. You know that. But that man there has worked for the biggest city of all of them. Oh, this will be a lot better stream here shortly. Soon as they let him in here. By the way, Jane over here, she's got 14 years of city manager and served as a deputy mayor for Pontiac, Michigan. Village administrator for Franklin, Michigan for 3 years. She's got a complete career in city management, looks like. By the way, let's go to this little section on her though. It says she is very proud of her leading role in the city's blight removal and demolition project. In less than 4 years, the city demolished and rehabilitated 913 properties and increased the total value. You know what that means, guys. I don't think I would trust that one. Not after reading that. She's proud of that. Let's demolish and rehabilitate 913 properties. Eric should be coming in fairly soon here. She'll probably get the job. You never know. No more low-income housing. Yeah, that could be. Crank up the taxes, definitely. Oh, she's also proud that both residential property fires and crime levels significantly declined. So she's proud of that, apparently. So even though she has nothing to do with the policing of the town, apparently she's proud of it, of her accomplishments in there. Let's see here. I'm not impressed with Mark Rooney's. Let's see here.
One minute.
Last three was village manager. Mark Rooney, village manager. Eric does have a mask on, yes. He'll be coming in here shortly, and he'll start at the table to the right before he can move on to the next table to here, where Jonna is currently sitting at and taking notes. And of course, they want you to fill out this comments regarding the city manager candidates. They want you to fill that out at the end for your comments. So you can only bring in so many in at a time.
That's why we're here.
Speed dating, except it's for city manager hiring. Meet the city managers that they're considering. But it might as well be speed dating. Hi, how's your speed dating going?
She was a little dumbfounded.
What did you say to her?
I basically told her these are good citizens here and they've already been screwed over. How do we know she's not going to do what she did prior in Deltona and caused all the problems she did there?
Oh,
We need somebody to be honest.
what was her response?
She kind of beat around the bush and didn't even talk about it.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I see. Be sure to fill out the comment thing at the end so that you can put in your negative or positive comments on each candidate.
I didn't want to carry her around all that.
But you know,
But I like Mr. Young, Kenny Young. This
yeah,
guy over here.
yeah. I looked at his stuff and I liked him the best out of reading this.
He's been in about every department in the city and he knows how to run it. That's the way I like him. How
That-
can you tell me how
that
to
would
run
be-
the city if you've never held a position or know anything what I do? So
Yeah.
he's,
Did you read his bio?
yes,
On
but
the
I
back?
read him up on mine too.
Oh, okay. So Jonna is in favor for this guy here, which I already had said he would probably be the best candidate. So Jonna's opinion already confirmed that. So let's move it a little bit here. As long as I stay away from people, I'm good. So we have Mr. Rooney over there. Mark Rooney, which I wasn't impressed with at all. So Jonna is now at Jean. Sorry, we had a crash during that. That was Jane, the sissy's table over here that she's talking with now. So she's talking with them. And Eric and Liberty's over here talking with Kenny Young. How's the stream quality, guys? And then we have our star candidate over here. Stream is good now? Okay, it just crashed on me on my phone, so I don't know what the deal was. So hopefully it'll be good. So Eric's doing up close interviews. And these people are sitting at the table to do their comments, to turn them in. That's what the middle table's for, I believe. Huh. The one we're facing right now has the best credentials according to the bios. So this one seems to be the most qualified of them, but I haven't talked to them. We'll see what Eric says. I'm thinking this guy though.
Who you guys with?
Huh?
Who you guys with?
I'm independent.
Independent? What's the name of the? Do you have like a YouTube channel, like a
Yeah,
website?
I'm on YouTube.
What's the name?
Ghost Rider.
Ghost Rider?
Mm-hmm.
As in like spelled like Ghost Rider, like as you would spell Ghost Rider, or writer.
Writer. To write a book. Yes, it's right on my face.
Not as in the Nicolas Cage movie, right?
Right. It's right on my face on the
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah. So what brings you guys to the event?
Who are you with?
I'm just with the local newspaper, man.
You're the local newspaper.
Yeah, I'm just curious. I mean,
Are you familiar with that name?
I am. Yeah.
You are? How familiar are you with it?
Relatively.
Relatively? Are you familiar with the history in Deltona?
I've done my reading.
Done your reading. Okay. Do you know who that man is right there? On the right.
With the camera?
Uh-huh.
I don't.
You don't?
No, not
You
so.
know the name Eric Brandt?
Oh no, I don't.
Really?
Yeah. So I guess I didn't do enough reading.
Eric Brandt made a phone call into Deltona County's meeting last year.
Okay. What was the
It
phone
made
call?
the news.
What was the phone call about?
It's on my, well, it ain't on my channel. I had to put it private for a while. You'll find that in Deltona papers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was the?
They didn't particularly like him cussing. If you don't know who Eric Brandt is, then you have no clue what's going to happen or about to happen, which you're about to see.
Okay.
Because to my right here is Miss Shang,
Uh-huh.
and he's about to ask her a bunch of questions, like why is she here for one. So
Okay.
it should be pretty interesting. Let's put it that way.
So what's his background? Is he from Daytona, Florida? I mean,
No, he's from here, from Colorado.
Okay.
If you don't know who Eric Brandt is, you need to research that.
Okay.
Because he's the guy that carries around a sign that says "fuck the cops."
Okay.
He's been arrested over like 200 times. If you look at his ankles right now, you'll see an ankle monitor on each
Yeah,
ankle.
I noticed that. Yeah.
Two. He's got two of them on. Not one, two. So you can't see the other one.
Yeah. So
In
he's-
that paperwork on the desk in front of him happens to be the felony diversion papers of her 6 felonies that she took the diversion for out of the Deltona. Okay. That's part of it, plus the story. He's got copies of the story there with him too. But,
So why would a guy who's about like he's advocating for cops? Why is he here for a city manager? Are they connected to some degree or?
The community for YouTube is, well, we have our own friends, you know.
Uh-huh.
There's a person in Deltona that we know that was covering this stuff in Deltona about corruption and everything.
Okay.
And if you know that Shang lost her job, or was given a vote of no confidence and resigned from her job over all of everything that happened, because there was an outcry of the public when the city voted to keep her at that time, even though she committed these felonies. So there was a huge public outcry, and he made a phone call from here, and it made the news down there. So they weren't particularly happy with this phone call. So
Is this Facebook, Twitter,
YouTube.
YouTube? Okay.
So this is for static recording, for better recording.
Well, good to know. Thank you very much.
Now it's about to get interesting.
Yeah, I guess so.
It's interesting that they're going to stand in front of the table now, of all things. It's alright. The important part of the stream wasn't until now. I believe he is live, but I'm not sure. Liberty is static recording, it looks like. Yeah, I know a directional mic would be nice. It is pretty loud in here. No, he wasn't HB, but he's wondering what I'm up to.
I'm allowed to have everybody's different. I think one of my weaknesses is that I'm very focused down, buck stop here, where release stress, sometimes I'm a little bit so committed to your job that, may sacrifice some of my personal life. We've got to go to, especially with my partner, John and me, says, where are you? We are going to be late. Can you promise me that you would be here?
Hi, my name is Eric, and I'm with the Deltona, and I just wanted to tell you that Joy wanted to say hello. It is a small community here in the Brighton, Colorado. What's your opinion of the first
1 minute?
And would you intend to have people here arrested for wiretapping, so recording you in public like you did the red and white?
Well, that wasn't actually quite accurate.
I think it's pretty accurate, you know. What's your opinion of sidewalk chop? You know that this jurisdiction is prosecuted 8 times for sidewalk chopping over there, right? You know that if you think I was miserable 2,000 miles away, what do you think is going to happen to me? Yeah, we just spent a lot of money getting rid of the corrupt officials, and I'd like to know if you purchased those pills with your $200,000 severance package. Did you plead guilty to 6 counts of voter fraud? I actually have the documents right here. No. So did you or did you not plead guilty to 6 counts of voter fraud?
Time.
Sorry guys, we have to move it along.
Yeah. Hi, I'm Eric Grant. You remember me. We're not interested in your style of corruption. We can't stand it.
We don't have the money Deltona has to be able to steal here.
Oh, you know that she's happy
Good luck
about
in the
that.
campaign. Bye.
Alright, let's go on to the next candidate. Find out if this candidate's result.
I don't think I have.
He says he doesn't think he has.
Yeah, explain to me what I just
Yeah, we can step to the side if you want. I think that's really what I came here to do. I need to use the restroom.
Let's follow Eric.
She was a terribly corrupt official. She hates the First Amendment. She had one Brenda White arrested for wiretapping, recording her in a public place and posting it. And it's ugly. I'll give you this if you can peruse. In fact, you can keep that. I'm going to give you the folder to go with that. I just need to duck into the room real quick. I'll be right back. Yeah. Jake. Liam. Yeah. Sorry, Max.
I'm finished.
They came here for her. Yeah, he's about to. Yeah, he's telling me to shut up. It's like, no, we'll give him a little bit of a nibble about what's going on. So he's about to interview Eric.
I'm sorry about that. I couldn't hold it. You're boring, whatever. This is Liberty Free TV.
Liberty Free TV, different YouTube channel, right?
Yes.
Not the same, okay.
No.
Do you have another?
I'm the Eric Brandt Show. I think we met in a parking lot from the jail.
And we're going to see me with my what is this?
Okay.
Yeah. So can
Avenue. Would you, you want to take that with you? So, Liam, I'm Eric Brandt.
yeah, nice to meet you, Eric.
Yeah, they don't like me very much. They have heard of me. That guy. Yeah.
Hey, Eric, I say we go outside to talk. It's a lot quieter. It's quieter out there.
Yeah, no, let's do it. Yeah.
We're gonna go outside and talk.
That was deer in the headlights I've ever seen. Oh, is it that way? Sure. You got it.
That's it this way.
Sorry. You made it very clear. I apologize.
All right, we got cheese and crackers. We're
We're
gonna
going to go
steal
out where it's a little quieter.
some
huh?
cheese and crackers
Yeah.
and water.
Can you go out this way?
Yes, this is the exit. We get these masks off our face, too.
Here, Abby, you want to hold this for me? Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so a lot was going on. Can you just explain what I just saw, basically?
What you just saw. So, Jane Shang, we call her Jane Shanghai, was the former city mayor of Deltona, Florida. It just so happens that some friends of ours that are also activists have spent years trying to oust her for corruption in Deltona, Florida. Much like it took the government many years to finally take Al Capone down, not for murder and drugs and alcohol, but for tax evasion. What took Jane Shang down was 6 counts of voter fraud. And in a secret deal without a public hearing, she signed a deferred judgment agreement pleading guilty to 6 counts of voter fraud, where she essentially registered the city hall address instead of her out-of-town home address as her voting address, and then actually voted. And you can read about that in the 28-page probation agreement that I gave you there. She was placed on a 1-year probation deferred judgment, which just expired last May, meaning like a month and a half ago. So she has actually pled guilty.
Community service to do, didn't she?
She did also have community service to do, and she had restitution of like $5,000 and some other things. So she, I thought she really didn't know how to answer that question. I don't think she was expecting that to come up. But I asked point blank if she has ever pled guilty to 6 counts of voter fraud, which she in fact did. right? So then finally, as the city of Deltona is just screaming mad at this city manager who's bilking them for hundreds of thousands of dollars, they finally, in January 2020, under pressure from the community, issued a vote of no confidence against her. This broke her contract, and of course they're still paying her.
Just to give you guys an idea. Look who's parked here.
You're from Colorado. How did you learn and get involved with occurrences in Florida?
Well, as fate would have it, I happen to be friends with the activists, with the citizens of Deltona, Florida, that were trying to take care of this issue. And so, in fact, I even
He's got
attended one of their
credentials.
city council meetings but remotely in what I'm known for, my quote unquote profanity laced tirades that actually made their local news. It was that good. Also a woman by the name of Brenda White was charged with felony wiretapping by Shang for recording her in a public place and publishing the recording. And you can look up Brenda White on YouTube. I believe her channel name is just Brenda White. If it's not, if you give me your card, I'll make sure that I forward you all the necessary links. Another woman by the name of Joyce. By the way, Brenda White was in the process of an adoption. It damn near cost her adoption.
You mentioned that you had called in, or actually had spoken to this fella earlier that you had called in. What is that? Was that call about? What happened there? When did it happen?
My call was about them not listening to the voice of the people, them trying to criminalize people that would speak out. And I'm somewhat noted for sidewalk chalk. I've actually been arrested for it 8 times. My last trial for that here in Jefferson County resulted in a hung jury, by the way.
They say it was Brandy White.
I'm sorry, I keep saying Brenda White, and it's Brandy White. You're absolutely right. It's Brandy
Okay, we got
White,
it
I'm
corrected,
sorry.
guys.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate having my back on that.
I'm just taking a picture. You guys,
Sure.
You guys can understand one reporter to another.
Absolutely, yeah.
My
Excuse me,
viewers
sir,
would like to know
my
what
face is
newspaper
copyrighted.
you're with.
The local newspaper, the Brighton Blade.
The Brighton Blade, yeah.
Yeah, my face is copyrighted. You have to have written permission to take my picture.
Okay, gotcha. I mean,
No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
When they're pressing charges against the citizens for trying to speak out, this is where I become outraged. And so I attended one of their city council meetings by telephone, and that's what it was about. And since I happen to be somewhat known for and have been in the news many times for sidewalk chalk, I thought, what better way to protest than to bring sidewalk chalk? And she threatened to have them all arrested for defacing property if they were to dare to bring sidewalk chalk. So this woman has absolutely no desire to have the public light on her. She has absolutely no desire to have us meddling in her affairs. She's corrupt. She pled guilty to corruption. And she made way too much money in Deltona to be able to, she's not going to step down to this level of a community. And this
And now this is a
Deltona,
community with a large surplus of money.
Yeah.
So
No,
your call. What year did that happen?
That was about a year ago.
Okay. And so it was specifically about the what you were saying about.
It was about Jane Shanghai.
And Shanghai, like I believe her name is Shang. Like why Shanghai?
Because she Shanghai's the public.
Okay, gotcha.
That's where you get people drunk and into a stupor, and you clunk them out, and then you take them to your ship and leave port, and then when they end up out in the middle of the ocean, they can either work on the ship or they can drown.
It's not like because she's Asian.
No, it's just the last name is Shang, and Shanghai seem to go together to me.
Okay.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
yeah. It has everything to do with her tactics of taking the public hostage. Right? When you commit acts of violence and charge people with felony crimes for speaking out against you, for recording them, and then speaking one journalist to another, how would you feel if you were charged with wiretapping for recording a public official in public? Right? But that's a serious charge. It really messed Brandy's life up for a long time. Right? Eventually the charge was dismissed, but she still has the arrest on her record.
Yeah.
June of 2020
So the city
is what
announced.
PJ's just telling me.
Yeah.
The city announced last night the finalists. You're like you attending. Did you come up with the plan to come today? Was it, or did you know even before yesterday that she was a finalist?
I found out she was a finalist this morning.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so, what time this morning actually?
I don't know what time the email came in.
And then were you after you received that email? Were you automatically like, all right, I need to be at the?
Oh, as soon as I knew that she was a finalist and they were having a meet and greet, it was my public duty to come and question her and to come and bring light to the fact that we can't afford in this community to hire someone that is a admitted, convicted, pled guilty, fraudulent public official. Right? This community just spent an awful lot of effort getting rid of fraudulent officials. The last thing in the world we need to do is bring one back.
And you're a Brighton resident?
Actually, I'm a Denver resident.
Gotcha.
But I've spent
I'm
plenty
a
of
Brighton
days
resident.
at the luxurious Adams County Detention Center, or shall I say all expenses paid introspective retreat center, for such heinous things like sidewalk chopping. So,
Gotcha. Did you feel that you got the answers that you were looking for from her when in those questions you asked?
the answer that I got from her was this.
Mm-hmm.
Paralysis.
And that was absolutely the answer I was looking for. Right? The answer I was looking for was not were we going to get the answer out of her at the table. The answer was, is the answer going to go out on that camera? And I believe it did.
Yep.
And what was that answer?
That answer was,
Dumbfounded. The
yeah, like,
dumbfounded
oh my
look
God, I
like,
can't believe that followed me
like,
there.
yeah.
Yeah.
Was it an admittance of anything in what you mean, or is it more just surprise at your
Surprise.
showing up?
Surprise
Her
at
silence
it.
was her admission, right?
Yeah.
Right. I flat out asked her if she pled guilty to voter fraud, and she just sat there, mesmerized, like,
Well, he was sitting at the table.
yeah. So no, she actually did. I've given you enough records there to follow through with that story. And that was the answer that I was looking for. So now it's incumbent upon us to make sure that this community hears that message. I'm very excited that you were here today. Thank you.
Well, when it was mentioned the $200,000 severance was a mistake, she chimed up and said, "Oh no, I never." And she chimed up and defended herself when you asked her the second question.
Again, when you give me your card, I'll make sure that I put you in contact with the people that are actually in Deltona. They can probably forward you the most up-to-date and accurate records.
So you feel like she did admit to the things that you were asking to, or she didn't?
If she had not pled guilty to 6 counts of voter fraud, she would have immediately said, "No, I did not." She did not say that.
Do you think she could have just been like taken by surprise type thing?
I'm positive she was taken by surprise. But
Do you think that could
But
affect the way?
no,
that she
she's
answers
guilty.
things? No.
She pled guilty. She just finished a deferred judgment. So her guilty conviction would be withdrawn at this point, legally. But that doesn't change the fact that she pled guilty. She did a year of probation. I've given you all the documentation. I don't know, that's not all the documentation, but I've certainly given you 28 pages of sufficient documentation. Jane Shang is not going to Shanghai Brighton on my watch.
Yeah. So sorry, I go back to this, but I'm just fascinated. Can you just walk me through today when you received the email that she was a finalist? Like, what was your day like? Like, how did it play out? Yeah.
How did our day pan out? First, we were when I
When I filed the lawsuit, Sheriff Rowan.
Oh, that's right. We filed a lawsuit against Sheriff Crone. That's right. That's how the day
Morgan
went.
County.
For Morgan County. It is County. Please spell it correctly. And then we went. We were doing those errands, and that's when I got the email message from Liberty Cause, who's one of those people down in Deltona. That's his YouTube channel name. And again, I'll put you in contact with all these people, right? Because they lived the situation. My involvement was that I'm watching this plan pay out, right? I'm making phone calls. I'm trying to get people activated. I got a lot of people activated, and then we called in and participated by call into those meetings. That was by people like Liberty Cause taking his phone up to the microphone and giving up his time for me to speak. She didn't like that, by the way, and they definitely beefed up their security. They were terrified that Eric Brandt was going to come to their town and chalk their city. But I had other.
And this is literal chalk, right?
This is like literal
Sidewalk chalk. Sidewalk chalk.
Like they've never arrested 6-year-olds, despite my earnest. They've sort of stopped arresting me for that now. Actually, it's been a few years. But yeah, actually.
No, that happened in Texas, though.
What's that?
They still do it in Texas.
Yeah, they still arrest people for chalk in Texas.
Yeah.
By the way, Adams County, I'll tell you that I've never chalked the Adams County Courthouse because they've never given me need to do it. And Adams County has never arrested me for chalk. It's always been Westminster and Arvada. But so the day pans out and I start getting these notices, and so we start networking and communicating and validating, and they send me the documents, and I had to kind of rearrange my day and my transportation.
So you said that, I'm sorry, I'm a man of
Yeah.
details.
Yeah.
So you were saying that like they're talking to them, they're sending you documents, can you just like step by step like what that like look like? I'm just curious.
Well, I mean, once we get aware, then we start texting and emailing each other.
Okay.
And we try and get as many
Folks
people
down in Florida, or
activated.
you three guys?
Yes, all yeah,
Okay,
all of
okay.
it.
Everybody.
People outside Colorado as well,
Oh, yeah.
and Florida, like in other states?
Well, there are several people here that are aware of the situation and have participated in the past. I would expect there to be more of us here tomorrow night for tomorrow night's meet and greet. Right?
It's the interviews tomorrow.
Oh, the interviews are
city
tomorrow.
council.
But those are through the city council only. We're not invited.
Okay. Yeah, well, I could be outside.
So
Yeah.
folks, you and in Florida, and like, so you guys are like back and forth.
Yeah, so out of the maybe a dozen people that we networked with today here in Colorado, this group of 5 was the only ones that were able to come up here on this short notice.
So, and these are, you say a dozen people, are these like a network of YouTube channels kind of thing? Or?
I would say that's probably an accurate way to label that. I'm not much into labels, but if you wanted to classify
Is there
that.
like an umbrella YouTube channel or
No.
an umbrella website? No, okay. And so you guys kind of jumped on it, and then so you're talking, and then kind of what happened? I mean, so what, you came here at 7 o'clock?
Oh yeah, we tried to figure out who could be here, so we went online, we RSVP'd. It asked for a name and email address, so I gave my name as A Suspicious Person, because Suspicious is my middle name. And so that's how I RSVP'd. I don't know how you guys did, but we did respond, and we couldn't be here for the 6 o'clock event, but we did figure we could make it for the 7 o'clock time slot. So we were able to arrange that, and we got here a little bit early, but it was still a rush. Actually, it was kind of hard to get that all coordinated in just a couple of hours.
Right. So, and then question for all three of you guys. So, if you had to like in like one sentence, just describe to me like what your intention was coming here, or what you hope to get out of it, what would be your answer?
My answer would be a chant, if you don't mind. Shanghai, Shanghai, she's our woman. If she can't defraud us, nobody can.
Transparency is what we're here for.
Thank you. That's probably better.
Bringing awareness to the community
Yeah.
of these
She's
things
not
that
gonna
have
be
happened.
transparent. She arrests people that try to seek transparency. She's got a history of this, right? She commits crimes and tries to cover them up. This is the last thing we need here. That's the message. She is not going to be transparent. This woman will be in charge of your police department. Think about that.
In consideration of last year of the excess of funds for the city of Brighton, I'm sure you covered that story
I
at the
knew it just
time.
shattered
I
her
covered
flat on
it
its
as
face.
well on my YouTube channel about all that. That the city now has an excess of a lot of money, and with her reputation,
Gone.
I thought it was very bad to have her here. So this of all cities for her to show up in, especially everything that's already happened.
Yeah.
And let me also tell you, while we were out in the parking lot, he mentions to some people there, about her and what we were here for, and apparently they must be city employees.
Yes, one of them was a city
So
employee.
as soon as he told him that, then he ran over to the side and he got on his phone. He called somebody, right? Because you were standing right next to me, and I'd started my video, and he's telling them, yeah, there's some people here that are the voter fraud people, right? And then he explains to us that he recognizes me from Westminster. Of course he does. And that he works for Brighton, I think he said.
He does.
And that they're very well aware of her past. So wait a minute. They're very well aware that this woman pled guilty to 6 counts of voter fraud, and that she was removed in a vote of no confidence from her previous city, and they actually seriously considered her as a finalist. Just exactly what kind of shenaniganery is Brighton trying to replace their previous shenaniganery with?
The chant you said was you responded with that pretty quickly. Have you been practicing that today?
Of course I practiced that.
How many times did you say?
I don't know. Maybe
At least 5 times. Right?
At least 5 times.
Is it a chant that you have used in other contexts and you just switch out words, or is it like?
Oh yeah, I mean, I've done things like Hancock, he's our man. If he can't gentrify Denver, nobody can. So it's just a variation on the theme.
Okay.
Kind of like Pachelbel's canon, it never ends, but it might have a variation. I'd like to consider myself like poetry and music. Maybe not.
Okay. Yeah. Wow. This was not what I expecting when I showed up to the
Fantastic.
finalist meet and greet. So thank you very much, gentlemen,
you're
for
very
your
welcome.
time.
Very welcome.
And sorry, I didn't
There's-
catch your name. I only caught your YouTube channel's name.
John
John. What's your last name, John?
Reed.
R-E-E-D?
Yes.
All right.
I'm out of cards.
There is somebody that wants to know your name and email address, which would be Pajama Audits, which
Which
is
would
the
be the
woman
woman that I
in
said sent
Florida.
it
She's
over.
asking for your name and email address if you want to give it.
to him and he'll
Yeah, yeah. I literally gave my last card to Miss Shanghai,
Uh-huh.
so I don't have another card on me, but I'll give you my email address. If you've got your card, I'll put you in touch with these folks.
Your shit on live stream.
Did you see her eyes actually go like this?
Oh, priceless.
Yeah.
I hope it picked it up on the B500. I was zoomed on her face for most of that.
So I left them in the car. My bad.
I'll give you my email address.
Okay,
if you
yeah,
would
yeah.
shoot me an email address, and I'll share with those
Okay,
guys.
yeah.
It is survivebadcops@gmail.com. That's survive as in not to die, bad as in not good, and cops as in not like real people @gmail.com.
Okay. All right. We'll reach out. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. Appreciate you guys taking the time.
Liam.
Yes.
Thank you,
Yeah.
Liam.
Yeah. Nice to meet you guys. Mind if I just get a quick?
Oh, thank you. Don't drop it. I already ruined one phone today.
All right. Okay. Well, thank you very much, gentlemen. I
Thank
appreciate
you, Liam.
Yeah,
Appreciate
okay.
it.
Yeah.
This one's for you, Brandy. This one's for you, PJ. This one's for you, Liver Cause. Happy Fuck the Cops Day. Wait.
Yeah.
What?
All right.
It's locked. You got to go in the other way.
Shanghai, she's our woman. If she can't defraud Brighton, nobody can. Shang, go away. Think they heard me?
I think they did. They're definitely coming towards the door. I believe they heard you.
What's that?
One of the ladies is coming towards the door. I believe they heard you.
Hello?
Oh, they're not gonna do much, I'm sure, but look out. They were walking towards this way. At least one woman was. Oh, look, I have a Brighton officer right out here.
Good night.
Two Brighton officers here out front now.
Shanghai, she's our woman. If she can't defraud Brighton, nobody can.
It was nice of him to hold the door open so that he could yell in.
Remember, the world is run by those who
Right?
show up.
That was really nice of him to hold that door open for us for that. So. Uh-oh, he's got the thin blue line on his mask. Hey, Eric,
Yeah.
you can't leave yet.
Oh, I can't?
No, you got to fill out the form.
Oh, I do?
Yeah, the opinion form for your comments regarding them. You need to.
Oh.
to
Well, I really only have one opinion. It's of Jane
well,
Shang.
I understand
Oh,
that,
okay.
but this is important.
Look what I did
That
to
you
my
need
phone.
to. Yeah. I
Yeah,
saw
okay, I'll
saw
fill
you
one
drop
out.
it. I saw you drop it. So
Oh,
here, you
yeah.
can have mine.
Fell out of my pocket.
Since I didn't talk to him and you did, you can fill it out. Okay, guys. Now you know what we came here for.
That was fun.
That was fun.
That was great.
What do you think, John? Was that fun?
I enjoyed it.
You enjoyed it? And you didn't even want to come up here. You still enjoyed it.
Eric said, why do you listen to him?
It was all the gentle questions. So what do you think about this? What do you think
This
about
made
that?
him feel good to know somebody was going to pick him up.
Yeah.
It was that question almost like blah, 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 innocuous questions. Did you murder your wife? You know,
Yeah.
she was just like,
Did you what'd you think of that first guy, by the way?
I like the first guy.
Yeah.
I like the first.
Did you look over the bios on him,
No.
the biographies?
I did.
She did.
No, but did
Yeah,
you?
She really.
No, he was too busy waiting for
I got.
Aaron.
So you talked to all.
All of them except Shang.
You liked all of them, even after reading all them biographies. You still liked them all. Come on, which one seemed to be the most qualified?
The last guy.
The
But I
last
like this
guy? You really liked the last guy the best?
Well,
I
the
thought
qualification
looking.
He's from a small town in Nebraska.
Yeah.
He went to the big city, so he wants to come back. He gets his pension from the military. His
Yeah.
family asks him why he wants to keep working. He loves it.
Yeah.
He's small town.
Printersville, Illinois. Population
Because in the
38,291
military, he met a girl
for
from
8
Illinois.
years.
He met a girl from Illinois, and he ended up in Illinois.
Yeah.
He's seen how crazy it was.
He was the chief of staff for North Chicago for 1 year
She's not
and worked for the village of Wheeling, Illinois. That's a lot of Illinois stuff.
It's because that's where his old lady that had married
Yeah.
30-some years. is
For
where she
6
was
years in there, 8 years in Carpenterville, Illinois. So he's got a lot of years in Illinois. And the last 3 years in Wheeling as the village manager. I wonder, might have to call up there and find out if they called him the village idiot. What's Eric saying?
Oh, it's so funny. It's so true. It's that you know, they wouldn't let him out on bond, but some dude set his wife on fire, right? They let him out on a PR bond. You know?
Oh yeah, they did. I've run across him before. He just didn't remember it. Liam, I met him on the last story for the Brighton water thing. Always telling him about the ankle monitors.
So, you know, when you look at the literally thousands of police interactions that I've had, there are literally mere dozens of police officers that are on my naughty list. And the really scary thing is that those same names show up over and over again on all of our naughty lists. So,
Maybe I'm on the good list.
I don't know if you're on the good list, but you're not necessarily on the naughty list. I could say that.
All right.
Hey, thanks, man.
Good night, bro.
See you guys. No, they can't run me off. You can ask them. They've tried for years.
He could be here.
You can attest to her that there have been numerous attempts to run me off, right?
I've seen the stories.
You've seen
You've seen the stories, you've heard them, yeah.
Heard the stories.
What's that?
So it might take a car?
I don't think a car would be large
I
enough.
hear that.
Yeah. Listen, I've been tasered so many times I don't even piss myself anymore.
Later, man.
Good night. Hey, Ghost. Should
Hey.
we all go like get a coffee or something before we head back to town?
If you want.
Yeah, I'm cool with that.
Yeah. You
Yeah.
want to get a real burger instead? You know,
A
in the
real
Burger
burger?
King? Burger King.
Oh no, I just ate a big old burger, but I don't mind a coffee.
It
Why,
wasn't
you
even that tasty.
It was terrible. It was like 14-day-old meat.
I'll bet you could do another burger or some fries, some decent fries at least.
Okay, I would just be interested in like a coffee.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
All right,
just a
guys.
coffee.
Thank you guys for joining. We're going to kill the stream. We're
See
going to
what
go
I
have
did?
something. Yeah, I saw that.
Look at that.
He broke it.
It fell out of my new pants. The pocket's not deep enough, and I heard it go smack, and I'm like, oh, well, I've
Yeah.
heard that sound before.
Yeah.
That's a
Yep,
flat
yep.
land.
Okay, guys. Thanks for joining. We'll catch you guys later.
I'll wait for her to move out of the way so I don't ding her car.